What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna let a video play for a little bit, kind of like a countdown, so people can hop on and start joining the stream. So if you are early to the stream, stick around. I got a video plan for you to enjoy while we wait for some people to hop on. So here you go. So this video is on our channel. If you're if you want to go check things out on the channel, scan that QR code with your camera and hop over there. This is a double fold detail we do off the back corner, the back corner of chimneys on a low slope roof. This video is on the channel. There's a whole series based around it. So I urge you to head on over there and have a look. It's kind of cool. This is what we do on low slope roofs. Just so you know, so if you're Facebook user, it says Facebook user. I can't see your name. You have to give StreamYard permission to put your picture on screen here. But making banana bread and took the day off because it's a rain day. All right, well, it's a good time to watch ASM 101. Thanks for hopping on to the live.
This stretches things a little bit.
So anyone who's early to the stream, this is just a video I'm playing just to let people hop on. We'll do this for another minute or so. But today's video, we're just going to do an estimating software that I use. And I'll show you how I use it.
Turn over, you can see some of those marks there. That's the metal stretching. What I want to do now is I'm going to turn this over now, making sure it goes over all the layers of the metal.
I put the QR code on screen so you can hop right over there with your phone camera.
Think of
just playing this for now.
You're more trying to roll that
in, so just give it another 30 seconds.
From this piece. So you're basically wrapping over the edge instead of how we normally think about these things where we make a line and we bend on the line. This is more like we're shaping the metal over the edge and rolling. Okay, so we have that first lock. Now we're going to turn the second lock. So just grab these guys again. So all we're doing is I want to grab, here's that front edge. I don't want to grab past it. I want to grab before it. So right here, we got that fold over. I'm going to grab, I have these. These are nice. You can use these as well. They're bigger piccolo benders. The idea though is a narrow head. Something like this isn't going to work because they're too bulky. You don't get a lot of power. You don't get enough power with these. And they're too big for this curve, and you're bending too much at once in order for it to for you to have a successful bend. So you take these and you just bend a little at a time. I start in the middle, give it a crease, and I'm just grabbing in front of that raw edge. I'm not grabbing over it, and I'm letting that leading cut edge make its own bend in the middle. So I'm squeezing and bending just in front of that line, that finished raw edge.
So this video is on the channel. Go ahead, check things out. If you're interested in it, be sure to head over there and check it out. But today's live stream is about doing a roof takeoff. I am going to put on screen software that I use to do roof takeoffs. So stick around and watch me how I go about doing that. I have a kind of a funky. It's not a complicated roof, but let's just get right into it. I'll add to the live stream my software that I use to do takeoffs. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are. And if you do like this live stream, make sure to drop a thumbs up and like it. So anyways, let's get into it. I have my software on screen here. It is the Active Takeoff brand. I'll put everything in the description after the live stream, just so you guys are getting hooked up. But if first thing I do when I head into here is I create a new project. I'm going to name it live stream project. Okay, and then you just hit OK. It opens up, and typically this is I do from PDF files, and it's I do a lot of new construction in my business, so we are pricing off of off of drawings. Oops. So I'm gonna import PDF drawing. Open that up. I just import all the pages. It's it just takes a minute here for it to load up, but oh wait, it's probably not going to load up. So let's just do a different one. Let's do I'm just going to open up a different job that I have going on here. Let's do this one. Yeah, sure, save it. All right, let's open it up. So this is what you'll see in this software, the actual pages of the plans you'll see, and this is what it looks like when you upload everything. And then all you're going to do is find the first thing I do is I find the roof plan. I have a look. I'm going to take off all of the, you can take off the different layers here, so I can just take off the layers. You can see that I've also marked out all the trims as well. And you see, I'll give you a quick rundown. We'll leave those on. Just, it really shows all of the edges of this roof. So the first thing I do is let's keep this down low here. First thing I'll do is I'll just start by looking for the area. So on the drawing here, it says 812. But before all that, actually, what it's going to ask you is for the, I don't know, let's go to here. We can even price off elevation drawings. First thing it says is scale not calibrated. That's the first thing it'll say. And what you got to do is you just press OK. You go down to this corner here. It says quarter equals a foot. So we go up to this ruler up here. You click that. You pick quarter from the list. This has never really been off before for me. You do get the option to manually, so you can, if you make a mistake, you just hit modify. You can pick a different one from the list. You can go to metric if you need to. See, if you go to metric, you type in the scale 1 to 100, but we're staying in imperial, so 1 foot equals quarter inch. Or you can do a manual adjustment, and you can come to a measurement on screen, like here, for example. Yeah, so it's going to be total height of the building. And you can move as I'm pushing the cursor, it moves up, and then I come here, I click this other end of that line, and then it asks me what's the measurement of this line. I should have noted that before. So it's 34 foot 10 and a half. So let's do that anyways. You get my point. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it back to this one, quarter inch, because that's always the most reliable. And then what I'll do next is I'll just do a random length and just make sure that this is, so we got 34 foot 10 and a half. I'm going to put this line here as a reference line, and there it is, 34 foot 10 and 3/30 seconds. It's probably because I didn't really push on the line exactly on the bottom. So anyways, let's go back. And then, something else, once I have my scaling, I can start pulling off area calculations. So if I click area up here, and for us roofers and siding guys, this is really big for us, is area. The roof pitch is 812. So I'm just going to put in the name this 812, and you can make it any color you want. You can just make it red, orange red, and then whatever pattern you want. You can make it look like a standing seam. I don't put any pattern to it. Okay, and then here the slope. I'm gonna put it up to 812. And then if it's elevation or plan view, and right now we're looking at the elevation view. So we say okay, press okay, and we're ready to go. So all I do now is start picking points like this. Go around the chimney. And because I picked 812, it does all of the multiplying for me. And then I right click to close it. And that right there, we have 493 square feet. That roof facet is 493 square feet. So this is a really, really helpful tool because you can pull it. See, this little roof facet back here is behind the chimney. Maybe you don't see that from another angle, and it's good. And you have to be able to get an area measurement from the elevation because you can't get it from the plan view, like the roof plan view. Okay, and you can do it from here too. So let's make another area, 812. This is where I spend a lot of time, is in the roof. Oh, it already exists. So 812 new. And then wherever there's an 812, like we have right here, you can just start picking points like this. Hit a point there, hit a point there. So you just, me just pushing, it just pushes the screen around for me. So it's a really awesome tool. You just start clicking all the points, boom, boom, like this. It goes all the way over here. It's really good to know your roof geometry, because you see right here, this is a valley. So I would have to, that's where the roof facet ends, is right there in the valley. Okay, and then we go down the back side of this valley into this corner. And then there's a valley right here. And this is where I end it. And that's roof facet, and that's 462.82 square feet. It's pretty cool. So after, like, let's say you go through the whole job, you do that. What did I get? This roof is, why did they do that? So this roof is 7,280 square feet for the 812 and 840 square feet for the 312. The 312 is here. So you just got to make sure you're paying close attention to the drawing and what it says. And as soon as I have all that, I click it off. So I click it off like that. And then let me just click all these off. I'll show you how now I do the trims. So I have this. I'm going to start pulling trims off, and I start at the bottom of the roof and work my way up. I just go, here's the length. I can put in eave, starter. No slope on the eave because it's horizontal, right? There's no slope on it. So then I would just pick this point here and end it here. This point here. And there's an overhang likely, so I scoot it past. Same as here. Eave. Start it, stop it. Start, stop it. You see, and you can just go around the whole job doing this. And then it pulls everything into the database. See, right now I'm at 80 feet. And you just go around and you just go through the whole job like that. Once you get all the eave on, let me just click all the eave. So, and I name them 812 eave starter, 312 eave starter. I name them. So I'm going to do 812 eave starter, and 312 each starter. So that's all of them. I picked them all out. And then we would go to the gable trim. So when you pick the length, you do gable. You could put a slope factor into this gable. So we can do 812 like that from a plan view, right? Same thing, works great. 812, hit it down to there. And that rake, that gable end rafter is 19 foot 1 and 23 seconds. It's pretty wild how accurate this software is. I know there's softwares out there that will that will do all this stuff for you. Okay, so and I have used them in the past. Eagle View, you got Roofer, you got oh man, what other ones? There's help me out in the comments if you put in the comments what software you use. But a lot of these softwares won't do the flashing or custom name the flashing. They'll just say, they'll base it off of, so for metal roofing, there's specific flashing names that I like to put into my, my shop. My shop guy, there's a certain language within the shop. We call things, certain trims, certain names, and it's just a company culture thing, right? So I get to name them. So in those other, do it your hands off kind of roof takeoff softwares, you don't get to do that. They kind of give it to you how it is, and they cost money. This is, I believe, I think it's $900 for the entire year. And if you were to, price out all the other jobs and everything, it would come to way more than that. So it's a little more time consuming, but you get to dive right into your job and find out exactly, and add or take away what you want. So like, say, for example, for a valley, this 812 valley, I'll do, let's see here, valley. I'll do the slope at, I'll do it 812 because I'll end up with more, and that's okay. We'll do plan view. Okay. And then I can end it there, but usually where, let's say a valley ends, this isn't a really good example, but usually let's say a valley ends in the middle of the roof or lower down from the ridge, you can add some material to the top end of this for the miter, right? Because when you bring up this one, they all got a miter together. So it's really handy. It's a really handy software that I use for all my jobs. I've tried to go other places, and I just always come back to this one because of the flexibility of it. And you can also, let's go to, so this database management piece up here, you can, it's for construction sites. So if you look at 00005, we're set division 7, right? We're thermal and moisture protect. That is what roofing is under, is division 7. So I can do the drop down. It comes with a bunch of presets, but you can add anything you want in here. So you see I've added in roof coverings. I can add in material. I can call it, it's going to go into section 7. I can call it's, let's see, it's a roof covering. And then I can call it standing, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it 24 gauge, black, SMP, standing seam, metal roofing. I'm getting fast at typing too. And then over here, you can do, say, $18. Purchase unit is square feet. Bid code, I don't really get into that. That's really diving into the real nitty gritty of this. Say you're doing a big house build, like this software can handle it. But for roofing, we don't need to get that technical. And there it is, right up there. It's This is now an estimating item. So then when I go into the template library, here are my, okay, so I want to go back to here. See how we have the area, perimeter, and length up here? If I go, these are all different measuring devices you can use inside the software. Here, same thing, but they're templates. And the counters, I use the counter too. So if here I'm in my counter, length, area, counter, and length. If I want to do an area template, let's create one. Let's do, and this is something I can pick from a list down the line. So if I do something over and over and over again, I can do this instead of having to create it every single time. So this can be 8/12 standing seam winter install, right? We put it to 8/12, and this is now a template. Plan view, sure. Make the color, whatever. And then we go over to the estimating item. So that thing we just made, I add it. I go into division 7. I go to roof coverings, and there's my 24 gauge black SMP that I can add into there. So there it is. And what that'll do, so I'll say, okay, so there it is, it's created. We go back to here. And if I, do an 8/12, in here, so this little drop down menu, this is where all the templates live. So I can filter it, I go 8. So then all my 8/12 comes up. There's that one we just made, 8/12 standing seam winter install. There it is. Estimating item is already in there. Beautiful. Okay. And then I'll just do a quick takeoff here. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go around the chimney. Boom, boom. Let's go up this valley here. Boom, boom. We'll close it off. So that's that whole roof facet there. If I now go into reports and estimating, it'll tell me, let's go down to, there it is, 24 gauge. There's my quantity, so 380 square feet at 18 bucks a square foot, 68.47. And there it is. There's my total price. I can go to my quote, and this would just be, see here, it's added that in. Here's all of the quote items, which is actually really, really, really awesome. You can make whole quotes based on this, right? So this is the price of the job, and down here are all the items. So it's a really, really great software, and it's hugely modifiable. So if this is something you could benefit from, I would strongly recommend you head over there and have a look. It's been extremely helpful for me in my business. We can go one further. I'll show you, I'll give you a little sneak peek in as to what the next step in the process is here. So what I'll do is, let's say, okay, well, this whole job is, I don't know, call it 7,300 square feet. We'll go over to the, sorry guys, let's open up my estimating. Oh no, it's not going to do it. Hold on. Let's add this. No. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Let's go to here. Here I am. Sorry y'all. Let's go up to the estimating. Here's my scope. And this is something I made for my business. Okay. So it's a spreadsheet, and I would strongly suggest you guys do this. I can also put this in a shareable document as well if you're interested. But all I would do, all here is that there's the measured square footage. I use this thing all the time. So what do we say, 7,300 square feet? So I type in 7,300, boom, populates. I say, oh, it's a gable valley roof, right? If you look at it, gable to valley, all the gables running into valley. So I call it gable valley. Oops, okay, there we are. So here we are in the gable valley, right? And then it adds my waste for the material that I need and for the ice and water that I need for the waste, right? And then here there's Newcon. I add a little bit here and there for whatever. And it just, you got 24 gauge coil, 26 gauge trim. So, and then it just populates down here. Everything populates here. So here is your coil amount. It's actually going to be 5 coils in 24 gauge. It's going to cost that much. So yeah, it's a really, this is super helpful. And if you guys want one, just drop a comment in here and let me know, and I can send one over to you. But I appreciate everyone hopping on today, and hopefully there was enough value packed into this live stream. Make sure you click, if you're here on the replay, click this video right here, and it'll bring you to a series that we're doing on standing seam installations. Really awesome video series, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.